All right, let's begin. Tonight, we're not just telling a story, we are performing an exposure surgery. We're gathered here to examine a very peculiar digital cult, one that operates under this beautiful disguise of generosity. Our subject for today's dissection, the administrative body of the so-called absolutely free tarot groups. So, scrub in.
And let's be perfectly clear about one thing. Our work here is clinical. This isn't a roast. We're not here to mock. We are here to methodically lay bare the internal decay that has led to a very real demise.
You see, this whole thing operates like a cartel, controlling the flow of what they call guidance. And to really understand the whole rotten system, you have to examine its parts. So, we're going to proceed specimen by specimen.
First, let's establish the scene of the crime. This is not a sanctuary. It's a battleground. It's a digital coliseum where the illusion of spiritual insight is the main event. But the real commodities being traded, well, that's your attention and your obedience to the algorithm.
So we've isolated 11 distinct entities, 11 administrative heads of this whole operation. You can think of them as the primary agents of decay. So now let's welcome them to the lineup and begin the individual profiling. Please, pay close attention.
Our first specimen, the drawn-to-you lurker. You've seen this one. They post these vague offers, claiming spirit is drawing them to comment on certain people. But here's the thing. The people they're drawn to are always consistently the ones who have liked, shared, and commented the most. It's divine selection, sure, sponsored by the Facebook algorithm.
Next up, we have a really peculiar case. The Guess My Socks Oracle. This admin reduces genuine intuition to a kid's party game. Guess the color of my socks for a free reading. I mean, come on, is this a test of psychic ability, or is it just a transparent, almost insulting ploy for comments? It turns the entire practice into a joke.
Ah, and this tactic is a classic bait and switch, the pick a number puppet master. They offer a simple pick a card reading, but there's a catch. To qualify, you have to join another group and then post a screenshot as proof. See, it's not about giving you a reading. It's a parasitic funnel, just driving traffic to a sister cult where the whole grift can multiply.
Here we go, another recurring pathology, the copy-paste covenor. This admin demands that you interact with other, completely unrelated pages to qualify for their free offer. This has absolutely nothing to do with energy or spirituality. It's systematic conditioning. They're training you to be an obedient little engagement bot.
Now, let's move on to a more overtly commercial specimen. We'll call her Cashchi. She is the absolute master of the optional donation. The post will say no payment required, but the very next sentence will detail how donors get priority. So it's not a free reading, is it? It's a queue jumping auction, just cleverly disguised with cherry emojis and some passive-aggressive gratitude. Subject number 6 loves to claim they have 19 years of psychic practice, but their main practice seems to be harvesting traffic into their private DMs, where, surprise, surprise, all the real, paid work happens. The free post is just a flashy neon sign advertising the backroom services. It's a clout farming operation, plain and simple.
And now for the enforcer. You see, this admin doesn't really offer many readings themselves. No, instead, they patrol the group, writing these incredibly long, passive-aggressive posts clarifying the rules, especially the rules around how to offer donations correctly. It's not about building community, it's about control. They wield the rulebook like a weapon to maintain their own power.
Here's another variation on the funnel. You must follow my personal page for a chance at a reading. This is one of the most common and, frankly, laziest tactics out there. The free reading is just the prize in a giveaway that's designed to do one thing: boost their personal follower count. This is just influencer marketing with oracle cards as props.
Oh, this one claims to be drawn to those who need help, but funny enough, they're especially drawn to those who donate. They present multiple payment links under this guise of a sliding scale, framing monetized access as if it's some divine whim. It's amazing how their intuition becomes crystal clear the second that PayPal notification comes through.
And then we have the admin who frames their entire operation as a sweepstakes. Comment your favorite emoji for a chance to win a free reading. They are not a reader, they are a raffle hostess. Spirituality becomes a lottery, and the price of a ticket is your engagement. Genuine connection is not the goal. Sheer volume is.
Our final specimen is the most cautious of them all. Every single offer for a reading is accompanied by a wall of text,
a disclaimer so extensive that it completely neuters any possibility of real insight. Here's a tip. If your legal warnings are longer than your spiritual guidance, you aren't offering wisdom, you're just covering your assets.
So, we've examined the suspects, but what's the real motive? What's the underlying mechanism that powers this entire ecosystem? Well, let's expose the machinery of the grift.
This is the prime mover. Engagement farming. None of this is spiritual, you guys. It is a calculated game of algorithmic survival. Their currency is an insight, it's clicks, comments, and the ego boost that comes from controlling a digital space. Free is just the bait on the hook.
And right here, this is the core deception. They take a purely mechanical process, appeasing a social media algorithm, and they disguise it as the mysterious will of the universe. Your desperate need for guidance is being harnessed to feed a machine that only cares about traffic. So, having examined the evidence, the motive, we have reached a conclusion. The results of our autopsy are in. The official cause of death can now be declared.
Mysticism is the victim here, and it did not die of natural causes. The contributing factors are clear. A lethal cocktail of ego petting, algorithmic desperation, commercial funnels, the farming of power, and, most insidiously, the weaponization of generosity.
Our analysis is complete. But, a diagnosis is pretty useless without a prescription. So we're now going to equip you with the tools for identification so you can avoid becoming a future specimen in someone else's autopsy.
You have to learn to distinguish a raffle from a reading. It's that simple. If you have to jump through emoji hoops, play guessing games, or tag 5 friends, you are not seeking guidance. You're just a participant in a raffle for engagement. A genuine reading respects your energy. It involves a clear, fair exchange. It's an appointment, not a lottery ticket. And it offers depth, not some vague one-sentence answer that could apply to literally anyone.
And this is the fundamental takeaway. Valuable things require an exchange of value. A practitioner's time, their skill, their energy, that is their currency. Anything that promises profound truth for absolutely nothing is probably taking something you can't see. Your data, your attention, and your hope, all to feed an algorithm.
The choice ultimately is yours. You can continue crawling for crumbs in that digital coliseum, serving the algorithm, or you can choose to respect your own spirit enough to seek out an authentic exchange. The surgery is over. What you do with the findings is entirely up to you.